Good morning, students. In this video, the next part of this structure of DNA we are going to discuss. So, that is the classification of DNA. See here, classification of DNA. See, classification or types of DNA is depends on different criteria were classified here. So, based on function of DNA. So, usually DNA is the genetic material as we here. Okay. See, there are two types are there mainly, trophic DNA and genetic DNA. We call it as trophic DNA and genetic DNA are the two types based on function. Based on the function of DNA, there are two types are made here, trophic DNA and another one is genetic DNA. So, also we can consider it as non-genetic DNA, and it is as usual genetic DNA. See here, what exactly the difference? See, trophic DNA usually we may observe in unicellular organism, like we can take the paramecium, one of the example. So, this DNA is not performing the reproductive characters, that is not transferring reproductive characters or which is not involved in the reproduction process, but genetic DNA is involved in reproduction process. Understood? See, so how exactly? See, all metabolic activities it can perform. Trophic DNA or non-genetic DNA performs all metabolic activities, but it performs the reproductive activities. See, for example, when you choose the paramecium, as you know paramecium, so this is the structure of paramecium, as you know, it is one of the unicellular organism. Here usually there are what you call two nuclei are there, two nuclei. One is called macronucleus, this is the somewhat large shape, and another one is small nucleus. So, this is a small nucleus and this is little large one. So, this is called macronucleus and this is micronucleus. So, this macronucleus containing DNA, that is trophic DNA, and micronucleus contains genetic DNA. Okay. How it works here? See, during cell division, it can perform usually in as usual in normal state. This macronucleus performs the remaining activities, like all metabolic activities of the cell of this paramecium, and micronucleus performs during binary fission, or that is what we call reproduction. Understood? See, macronucleus disappears during cell division, that will be disappear, that is dissolved in the what you call cell, and during that binary fission process, so micronucleus get divided and nuclear division takes place. In this way, so it will be helpful in the reproduction, micronucleus. So, usually it is not in higher organisms may not be found like this. Okay. So, that is they may be non-genetic DNA may present in other cell organelles. Okay. And genetic DNA is found in the nucleus. Genetic DNA is found in nucleus of higher animals. Okay. When you consider the higher animals, genetic DNA is found in the nucleus, and trophic or what we call non-genetic DNA, which is present in other cell organelles, like in plastids, mitochondria. Okay. You can consider. This is about the based on function, the DNA are classified into two types, trophic DNA and genetic DNA, that also you remember. And next, another forms of DNA are also there, other forms of DNA, that is based on number of base pairs, number of nitrogen bases, number of nitrogen base pairs per turn. Already we have studied that the structure of DNA. So this is what the structure of DNA, as you know. Okay. So from minor to minor groove, so this is called one turn, or major to major groove, this is one turn, either this or this you can consider, that is called a complete turn. For a complete turn of a DNA, so how many number of base pairs are present? Based on that, so also classified the DNA as DNA, A DNA, B DNA, C DNA and D DNA and Z DNA, and for your memory also it is A, B, C, D and Z you can consider. Maybe these are the common forms. Usually B form is quite common, okay, and you may also observe the A form and C, D, such different forms of DNA. I have taken these forms here. So number of base pairs, see the number of base pairs present in A DNA is about 11. See 11 base pairs are present, 11 base pairs are present in A form of DNA. A form of DNA has 11 base pairs, okay, per turn from here to here, that is yes 11 base pairs, okay. So this one 10 base pairs, and C form is about 9, something about in between 9, 10 and 11 we called, so that is 9 usually. See and D form is 8 and this one is 12, okay. So even approximately 9.33 also it will be considered, okay. See here 11 base pairs are present in one turn of A form of DNA and 10 base pairs are present in B form of DNA. Already we have discussed Watson-Crick model, that is the B form of DNA, which is more common and naturally occurring in all kind of any organisms, okay. So that is double stranded B form of DNA naturally, which is found in the different all organisms. See next and Z form is exceptional, Z form, so which may be synthesized, okay, synthesized. Different scientists were discovered these, we can say, okay. As you know, Watson and Crick, James Watson and Francis Crick were explained the B form of DNA, double helix model of DNA. That is why we call it as Watson and Crick model of DNA, which is quite natural and common in almost all organisms, okay. That is the that has 10 number of base pairs. 10 number of base pairs are present in one turn, and coiling type is also important here. Which type of coiling is there? So it is usually A is right-handedly coiling, right-handed coiling, and this is also right-handed coiling, and C is also right-handed coiling, and this one also right-handed coiling, but Z form of DNA is shows left-handed coiling. What it means left-handed, right-handed? How it see the right-handed means that is a clockwise direction. So right-handed means it is a clockwise direction. It will be coiled clockwise. It is coiling, and so these are also similar. Okay, B, C, D, and these. So even Watson and Crick model of DNA, B form of DNA shows the right-handed coiling, but left-handed coiling means in this form, anti-clockwise direction, that is coiling in anti-clockwise direction we can say. So this is the forms of DNA, we can say forms of DNA. So based on function and based on number of nitrogen bases, and other concepts related to DNA, let us we see that also. Okay. Now students, see here other forms of DNA. See the classification based on function and based on number of base pairs we discussed. So now other forms of DNA shows that circular form of DNA, circular DNA. Circular DNA means what here? So usually DNA means it's a open ended, there are double stranded or it may be single stranded. So you can see this is the open ends are here. Okay, so there are two strands, for example third end 2, this is the yes, this is the fifth end, and so fifth end here it is the third prime. Okay, so you can see the open ends, but in some cases circular DNA shows that the circular, there is no open ends. This type of DNA, the DNA has no open ends. Such DNA are called circular DNA. So how it appears? For example, this is the circular DNA. So you can see circular DNA means it is a circle shape. Okay, circle shape. So that's why there is no open ends, hence we call it as a circular DNA. So these are usually found in viruses. Okay, in viruses we can see the some viruses, not in all cases. So some viruses may shows the circular DNA, and also plastids, and even in bacteria. So usually plastids we can consider. Plastids. Plastids are the structures which are having double stranded circular DNA. Okay, so these are used as a vectors. Okay, in case of transfer or insert the specific DNA in hybridization. Okay, process. Okay, we will discuss that in detail in the next videos. Okay, understood? No? Circular DNA means the DNA has no open end. It may be single stranded or double stranded. Okay, so usually here plastids you can give the example, and it may single stranded in a small bacteriophages. So you can example single stranded in a single stranded small bacteriophages, small bacteriophages are the examples. Okay, so in double stranded large bacteriophages, large bacteriophages are the examples for double stranded circular DNA may observed in large bacteriophages, and single stranded circular DNA may observed in small bacteriophages. So bacteriophages means they are the virus. Okay, so and plastids are commonly found in cells. Okay, so even in bacteria also we may observe the circular DNA. Okay, so this is what about circular DNA. Understood? No? So next, a palindromic DNA. Let us we see palindromic DNA. Palindromes commonly called as palindromes. Palindromes we can say. Palindromic DNA. So palindromic DNA means here, see even in language also palindromic words we can say, palindromic words, like in Kannada you can take gadag. Okay, so I will write here gadag. So what is the see gadag or kanaka? Kanaka. Okay, so what you are seeing here, kanaka. When you read from this direction and another direction. Okay, so usually in DNA what we observed here, so one strand is this one and this is another strand, this is one strand here. So I will put here third prime and it is the fifth prime. Okay, so here it will be always complementary. Complementary means it should be shows here fifth prime and it is a polarity is here the third. See, when you read this side and again in this side, it pronouncing same. Okay, so in the ga the ka na ka means, so palindromes means here what, these are the segments of DNA in which when you read from same direction, the sequence is also same. The sequence present in that segment is same. Understood? How? Let us take some nitrogen base pairs on this strand. So, for example, here I will take A, T, T, C, G, G, and again you can take A, okay, A. See, again you can predict the another strand by this way. Here it would be, yes, sorry, you can take the other letters here, just a minute. CC, AA, T, G, A. Here it will be T and T, and next thymine, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, adenine, and here thymine, next CC means here CC, that is guanine. So, this is not palindromic, now. Okay. So, what I am giving here, when you here 3rd prime to 5th prime, when you read CC, AA, TT, GG, AA is there. Okay. So, when complementary another strand, when you predict, so when I write here adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine, is it right? The sequence is right, but it is not said to be palindromic sequence. In this way, the sequence is, it may be in any form sequence. Okay. So, coding system is there. In the next video we will understand that. See, palindromes means what? When you read in this direction and the same way, 3rd prime to 5th prime, when you read this, that should be appears same sequence should be observed. See, we can take here the CC, GG, AT, CC, GG. So, this is one strand here, and another strand also you can predict G here CC, GG, next here A is there, here T will be there, okay, GG, CC, and here for this one CC is there, and you can write GG. Okay. See, when you observe this, this is another strand, this is one strand, GC, CG, CG, TA, AT, okay, GC, GC, CG, CG, okay, right. So, now 3rd prime is here and this side 5th prime is there, and opposite to that they are complementary, no, that is why you should take in this pattern only. Okay. See, CC, GG, AT, CC, GG, AT, and next CC, CC, GG, GG. So, this is what we are reading in this pattern, and this pattern is similar, is it right? Yes, this is what we call palindromic, palindromic DNA. So, these are called palindromes, understood. So, this is not palindrome, okay. This sequence is not called it as palindrome because it is not read like this, okay. Palindromes are the segments of DNA, in which when we go from one same direction, the sequence will be same, they are same in sequential arrangement. or in one strand when you are reading from 3rd prime to 5th prime it appears same, and in the other strand when you are reading it from the same direction 3rd prime to 5th prime, that is also same. In this way we can define it. Understood? So this is what the palindromic sequence. So these palindromic sequences are very useful in hybridization techniques. Okay, so that is what we call these are called biotags. This helps to what you call in transfer and insert the segment of DNA. So that is also we discussed in this chapter in the next videos. So we will see that details in the next. Okay, palindromic DNA is one of the form of DNA we can say. Yes, next central dogma, let us we discuss now. Before central dogma, one more concept we should discuss here. So that is yes, denaturation and renaturation. Denaturation and renaturation. Some processes takes place. Denaturation of DNA and renaturation of DNA. So what is this denaturation? So as you know, DNA is a double stranded structure, so it is applicable for double stranded. Okay, see double stranded DNA. So this is one strand, this is another strand. So there are nitrogen bases. Understood? These are the nitrogen bases, 3rd and 5th end, and 3rd end here 5th prime. Okay, so these are open ends. So when we heat it, when we heat this, when we increase the temperature in a prescribed way, so in a proper manner, so not heating more. Okay, in a particular temperature is required for this one. So when we give the temperature, when we increase the temperature, so what happens? This will split. These two strands get split. Understood? The length will be same. So these are get separated. Two strands are get separated. Understood? So this is the 3rd prime and this is 5th prime. Okay, and they are get separated. So what is here? When we heat this, when temperature is increased, what happens? The two strands are get separated. So this is called denaturation. What do you call? Denaturation of DNA. And when we cool it, cooling means temperature is decreased. Temperature when we decrease again, so these two strands, hydrogen bonds, here usually hydrogen bonds are there, no, in between nucleotides, nitrogen bases. So hydrogen bonds, double bond and triple bonds are there, as you know that. So these two strands are get separated when temperature is increased. Okay, in a particular or prescribed temperature is required for breaking these hydrogen bonds. That, as you know, hydrogen bonds are weak bonds. Okay, so by the temperature they can break. See, so two strands are formed, that is called denaturation. And when we are cooling, when we cool it, so what happens? So this will get again joined, that hydrogen bonds are formed again. So that is called renaturation. What do you call? Renaturation of DNA. So this is phenomenon is referred as denaturation and renaturation. This is also one of the property of DNA which we observed. See, when we are starts more temperature when we are giving, so what happens? Even phosphodiester's also bonds are also broken, and backbone of the DNA is also get distracted or destroyed completely. It may be destroyed. So that's why approximate or what we call prescribed temperature and prescribed cooling is required here for these processes or phenomena. Okay. So next what we call a central dogma, so that will be discussed in the next video. Thank you, students. So please subscribe the channel and take the points. Okay. Thank you.